things that aren't going anywhere anytime soon, the MCU, because Disney's CEO Bob Iger, like, he had the quarterly, reports and meetings, which he's got to stand up in front of a bunch of shareholders and be like, look, everything is safe, don't worry about it. He pretty much said the plans for the next decade are more or less figured out, and Avengers aren't going anywhere. So,
Yep.
yep.
I mean, why would they? Go anywhere? Oh, we made
they're
$4
dust right
billion
now, so they're not going anywhere.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know why you're listening to this. You know spoilers are coming, so...
Yeah. But, yeah, like, they're never going to stop at 4. Like, why would you? Like, oh, we've made, like, 15 billion off of 4 movies. Like, let's stop now.
It's pretty clear the Avengers is the ever-evolving brand, where it's like, no matter what the team composition of or what franchise that we have, every couple of years they're coming together for this giant thing to make sure we make more money than we can possibly count. So...
No, exactly. Like, why would you ever stop that?
Yeah. Now, of course, when he's teasing this, you got to start thinking about all the other stuff they're developing. And he's very much, like, in the quotes he's given. He's like, oh, no, look, we know surefire franchises, but we're developing new things that out of, like, our portfolio of, like, 7,000 Marvel characters we own. I love how they keep stressing those high numbers, being like, look, just because we have these characters that work doesn't mean we can't make others big names, and I think that's the importance of what he's saying.
It's like he's saying that, yeah, I know you guys are afraid that these characters are going to go away because their actors probably won't reprise their roles pretty soon or in the near future, but we have other characters that you can get excited and invest in also.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, who could be the next Iron Man or Black Panther and Captain Marvel?
So it's like Black Panther's got realistically another 8 years in the MCU. So, and like 10 if they really play it right, which no doubt they will. So it's like, he'll be big. Doctor Strange is going to stick around. It's like, but when I look at it, I think he's specifically talking about like Captain Marvel. I think that's going to be huge. And some of the reports I'm already seeing, and I've talked to one of my analyst friends. The second one hasn't come to me. And some of the stuff he said about the buzz he's hearing in regards to Captain Marvel, and someone I talked to that's recently been on the set of the movie, a personal friend of mine, and she told me a couple things. I was like, oh man, they're going to hit so many notes with this movie. I think it's going to be something real special. So,
Well, aren't they trying to peg Captain Marvel as a bigger game changer than Wonder Woman?
Yep.
That came out yesterday or something. But what I found interesting with Iger is him saying they're developing a team to like be alongside the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like saying like it was going to be was it the Ultimates?
That was my first guess. Yep.
Say my thinking was Ultimates as well. You've got with Captain Marvel coming out, you'll have Monica Rambeau, so you've got 3/5 of them anyway. And why wouldn't you do like a Blue Marvel or American Chavez movie?
Yeah, and now it's like, if everything that's kind of come out recently is true and we're looking at this different future of the MCU, I mean, like, what would you call it? Like, Marvel Ultimates, Ultimate Marvel? Like, I don't know what you call it, but...
I just call it Marvel's The Ultimates.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Why change the name? Nice.
Yeah.
It's different enough to the Avengers. And like,
true.
You make them... you can get across the message that they're kind of similar, but they do different things. You got Avengers, Ultimates, and whatever else you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it opens up, I think, the future of the MCU to once again be something new and different. And like, I have a lot of hopes that they're going to go in these directions that necessarily aren't safe. Like, Guardians and Ant-Man were never safe. Neither was, like, Doctor Strange is probably the safest thing they could have done out of all these new movies they've announced. And like,
see, I'd argue Black Panther was the safest one they could have done.
Yeah, yeah, with the position and the place where America is currently, I would say, yeah, it came out like the perfect time. So yeah, I'd say maybe that. But like the other ones, you're just looking at them, you're going, they made these work, and they're so comfortable, and they understand that they work, and you see how much pushing they're getting with some of these franchises. Like, it's not going to surprise me when, like Fantastic Four eventually comes out. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that spins off into some sort of future foundation with a couple as like a kids movie, like.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
yeah,
I can see
makes
them
sense.
skipping right. I can see them skipping right over Fantastic Four and just doing Future Foundation.
That I
Like
mean, yeah.
move away from the name that's been shat on like 5 times. Like, let's
Oh
just
yeah.
do Future Foundation.
Like, I was just thinking, like, if they do the Ultimates movie, would you want them introducing was it Galactus in that movie?
Oh
Um, no, because you'd need to have Galactus be Galactus for a while. Like just going, oh, there's this random thing that we know of. Let's try and fix that.
I mean, because like the whole premise of the Ultimates for the main Marvel universe is defending the Earth from cosmic entities that the Avengers can't do.
Well,
yeah.
they're trying. Their actual thing was trying to stop threats before they happen. That's why they made Galactus the Lifebringer. So you kind of need Galactus to happen first.
Now, so
that
I want to ask this question to you guys and see if you guys agree. To me, Galactus is probably the biggest end game you can possibly do with like because I feel like he's so big of a name that everybody knows him. Like he's this bigger, grander character that's like Thanos was like the comic guys knew him, right? But you say Galactus, it's more known by everyday people than someone like Thanos or Ultron or anything. Where I feel like that they're gonna go in directions like they'll probably do Annihilus and Kang and even like Apocalypse again before they touch someone like Galactus. Because I feel like when you do Galactus, you need to really go like off the wall. It's so much to do that it needs to be like this. No, it's not just this part. It's like everything is ending right now. Like it needs to be on a grander scale than I think they should pull off in the next couple of years.
I don't know if you have to, if Galactus has to be this big giant Thanos type thing. Like you could just, you could kind of turn the Fantastic Four trilogy, or whatever you want to call it, into like the Galactus trilogy, and you can just do that story in that, and you can have it so he appears, they stop him, nothing's really that fucked up, and then you can have the Ultimates take over and change it that way. But I don't know. I kind of, it's a strange one because Galactus, he is the big silly purple hat man.
Yep.
that eats planet. So it's kind of a hard one.
Which is funny because I think Reed said that the reason he is that way is because we perceive him that way.
Yeah, he is kind of technically stopping Celestials, what he's doing and keep balance. So, like, you can take Galactus in either way. You can do the big bombastic, oh look, he's here to eat everything, or you can do the more personal, like he's not necessarily as bad as you think he is. Like, sure, some stuff is bad, but you go the more personal route with Galactus, like, which I imagine they will do after looking at Thanos.
That's my guess as well, and I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe if you do Galactus first with a Silver Surfer movie, I think that could work very well in a kind of let's explain these two characters in a way, but I feel like you eventually got to get like a Marvel Apocalypse movie or something. It's like, no, it's the X-Men and the Avengers, whoever's left over, teamed up versus Apocalypse. Because I think that's a character that they will want to do because he's so... It's a cool story and great history you could do with him and tie to the mutants, so...
Well, Age of Apocalypse is an interesting one because it technically happened in a different timeline. It wasn't actually canon until they made it canon.
Yeah.
So
I was about that.
It's one of those. It's one of those weird ones, but full well, like Doom, Galactus, and who's the other one? Apocalypse.
Yeah,
that's what I'm they're the big three that they're probably going to tackle first.
Yeah,
but and that's 30 years if they take it the Thanos route. So
yeah, and like if you look at some of the other stuff, I think Dormammu now is just going to get relegated to like Doctor Strange 3 or something.
See, that's what I'd want. I don't want to see the Avengers fight Dormammu. That's not how that character works to me. Like, he is just, Doctor Strange needs to be bigger. He needs to be able to take on people like that by himself. So I'm perfectly fine with Dormammu and all that just being Doctor Strange.
Yeah, same. So, overall, it seems like that Disney and the president, CEO, everybody is pretty content on what they have, and they're not slowing down anytime soon. So, we'll get back and talk more about that in the future, because I'm assuming we're going to hear more by the end of the summer once we get past Ant-Man and the Wasp. They're going to start trickling out news about the future, but nothing concrete, of course, for announcement till next San Diego Comic-Con and D23. So it's going to be about a year from now till we know everything officially.
I was going to say at least.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be a while.
They might not even do it at Comic-Con, so...
Right.
Who knows?